Assalamu alaikum. Hello everybody, welcome to the Inner London Football League podcast, episode 6. We are now down to our final ending of the year. I'm very fortunate to have our special guest, Miz on my right and Mabs on my left.
Assalamu everyone and welcome to our podcast.
Which what we're going to be discussing in today's podcast will be predominantly our TVL. We're going to touch on the award ceremony and also discuss our other topics such as the Winter League and the Super Sevens as well, and a few other little bits as well. So watch this space. So as we start, I wanted to first of all just discuss our award ceremony, which went really well, guys. We were all sort of like...
Yeah, I think it was really, it was actually quite successful in my view. It was quite successful. The evening was really nice. More than anything, getting to see all the teams, meeting all the faces, some new players, generally just meeting up with everyone. It was really nice. It was a really nice evening. Obviously, free food always helps, and the trophies always helps. But yeah, generally, it was a really good evening. Really enjoyed it.
I mean, I think the feedback we got was from the teams as well, was that they really enjoyed it as well, didn't they?
Definitely. No, feedback was really positive. It's a good opportunity for all of us to get together at the end of the year, to celebrate, to sit down, dine, and have fun really. Because everyone puts in a lot of effort throughout the year. The teams, the players, ourselves. So it's nice. It's a nice way to end it.
Good touching point there in terms of there's lots of different projects and getting them all together in one. Because, for example, Winter League, you've never seen vets, for example, and then to get together and mingle. And I think there was a couple of sort of teams that got teams in different projects as well, and they were really happy to actually get together as well.
You know what, it was quite nostalgic because you had the younger generations like the Super Sevens, then you had the sort of like open age, then you had the Vets League, then you had the 50s. It was just like a sort of like walk through sort of time.
Yeah.
It was a
nice time, honestly.
Yeah, you were standing at one point. Yeah.
Where do you fit in the time?
I'd like to think I fit in the Super 7 sort of younger category, but really and truly I think I'm going towards I'm definitely in the 40s Vets League, but yeah, more towards the 50s now as well, I think, yeah.
We do have to give a mention to some of the actual main teams that actually won it. For example, Mohammedan, who had a really good, successful year, didn't they?
At one point I couldn't see the table because it was just full of trophies. It was like trophies everywhere, and I was thinking, where are they going to actually put their food?
They actually made a nice little tower, didn't they? Really, it was quite really good.
They had a really successful year, last year, and I mean they've been doing it for the last couple of years.
And it's not just like the fact that they are a successful team. It's also like the style of football is really nice. It's like easy on the eye, really nice to watch. And generally the guys that are involved in that team, really nice guys, really humble. You sometimes you don't even know like one of their players. You go up to speak to them, and the way when they interact with you, it's like you've known them for years. A really nice bunch of lads.
The other thing as well is they do bring a crowd with them. What's an atmosphere they create as well. Also Bromley as well. I think that was the first time they actually won the league title. And not only did they win it, but
they done the double.
It's
interesting to point out also they're only the third team in the history to have done a league and cup double.
Another strong team, really strong team, and again another bunch of really nice people in the team. It's hard. You go there and you think, right, you try not to have favourites and everything, and you generally. And then you meet all these brothers and go, I really wish they do well. And then you meet the opposing team and you think, oh God, I wish they do well as well. Really nice bunch of guys as well. And big credit to Hanif, who's been sort of like managing, playing, and it's hard. Generally playing in the Vets League is hard enough as it is, but then to manage as well, that in itself is hard. But he's been doing both. It's been doing successfully. I mean, the proof's there, like the double, And again, they're fighting for it again this season as well.
Brilliant season, yeah. I mean, I agree with you 100%. It's not easy.
No.
Playing manager is one of the toughest things, especially to try and actually decide and dictate.
And it's almost sometimes like it becomes a sort of like selfless act, like in the sense that you're kind of like jeopardizing your own game time. Just so that others you think you're better than you're stronger than you should be playing. And sometimes you look at it and think, I could do better, but I'm managing, so I don't really want to disturb what I've got going. And that's in itself, it's credit to him.
Well, just going on to that, we're now going to talk about our main actual project, which is actually the TVL 19, which is the actual current season now, what's happening. We've got a really entertaining sort of like Premiership, haven't we, guys? In terms of, we were just touching on Bromley and Mohammedan, ironically, and they are neck and neck, so, literally.
Yeah, so Mohammedan, obviously, they've been promoted straight into the Prem. Now we're coming from First Division into the Prem, and they've gone straight into it. It's like as if they belong. Do you understand? Because I know a lot of teams that come up through the ranks, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st, and all the way up to the Prem. The Prem as it's a Vets League, I know, but when you're in the Prem, you're talking about your elite set of players, and sometimes it can take a bit of time because you go there and you don't know what to expect. You get in there and you're like, oh, damn, this is quite thingy. But they've just gelled in straight away.
They've got a, like you said before, they've got a brand of football that works. Do you see? They've got those intricate passes. And the good thing about Mohammedan, they play as a team. It's not about one individual or whatever. You could see that they will really work hard towards it. And they play as a team.
So I totally agree. In terms of, usually it takes a team a year or a season or 2 seasons before they're actually fighting for the title race. They've actually gone in the first year as well. So that's really, but looking at it, I wanted to just highlight the actual points difference and the actual games they played. So you look at Bromley, who played 11 games and around 25 points, and Mohammedan, who played 10 games and around 23 points. So if Mohammedan win their game in hand, they're 1 point ahead. And I believe they still have to play each other as well, don't they? So
no, I think they played each other.
They played each other again. So it's relying on other, but it's anyone's call. I would hate to actually call that. Do you have any? Put you guys in there a little bit.
It's tough because you've got to stay neutral. At the end of the day, we're committee members. You've got to stay neutral, and it's hard because I get on with all the not just the Prem, first, second. I get with most all the teams, on our projects and stuff. And Prem, yes, it's easy on the ice, nice to watch and stuff. It's hard to call. It's really, really hard to call because they both play really nice football. Both play really nice football. So it's just I don't know.
Max, do you have anyone?
I think I'm going to stay on the fence as well.
Yeah.
It's going to go down to the last game. That's what's going to happen.
I'm going to go bold. And I've always, in the past podcasts, I don't know if you viewers have heard actually, I've always actually said Mohammedan a lot of the time. This time, I'm going for Bromley. Sorry, Mohammedans, I love you guys. You know, there's a lot of my friends and colleagues that actually play for Mohammedan.
Although Mohammedans do have the advantage.
They do, but it's a point. That's the thing. Because they still have to play that game, I'm just thinking of that as a slight sort of favourites for Bromley. But only whiskers, guys, Nothing else, Mohammedan, so don't hate me. Now, in terms of the first division, we already have champions already, don't we? Well done to Wapping.
Unbeaten.
Stormed it.
With 2 games to spare. So they've played 10, lost none, won all 10 games, 30 points, maximum points so far. So they've still got 2 games to spare and they're champions. Fantastic achievement by Wapping.
So I interviewed them and actually said to them, they're really, really excited to be in the Premiership. And on that performance, I always say that the first division is really, really hard. Once you actually get out of the actual Premiership, just trying to get back in is really, really hard. They've been fighting for quite a while.
Generally, I honestly, because Stepney and Wapping, I believe, came up at the same sort of time, didn't they? They came up into the first division. And I honestly thought it was going to be a tighter sort of fight. Not taking anything away from the other teams that are in the first division, but I thought generally between Stepney and Wapping, having seen them play in the second division, together against other teams, and I thought when they get to the first division it's going to be a much tighter fight, but Wapping just ran away with it. Credit to Wapping, because I feel it's just as soon as they got there they thought, that's it, let's get on with the job in hand, and they did really well.
I do agree with you. Stepney was actually one of the sides. They've actually won back to back. I believe they're the champions, and they were one of the teams that often would be a dark horse to actually compete for the actual title. But they just got blown away, didn't they? Wapping, so.
And while talking about Wapping, so do you want to give a bit, one of the shout-outs to one of the particular players, which is Fires? He plays outfield, helps manage, plus when they need, he plays in goal as well. I'm like, Mr. Versatile or what, right? He's everywhere, and I'm great credit to him because he's obviously done well, because played 10 1.
Very committed guy.
That's it, 100%. So yeah.
So
We're showing you love, yeah?
yeah, well, guys. So let's go on to the actual right. This is going to, I think, everybody. This is going to be a long conversation regarding this division.
Should we come back to this one? Because this one's quite interesting.
I actually agree.
So we're talking about the second division. We are going to come back to this. We haven't forgotten it. We are going to touch base again with this. Let's jump straight to the third division.
Yeah.
So third division again, another sort of very tight two competitors, two horse race. This is Clapton All Stars B and Newham Vets. So at the moment, as things stand, Clapton All Stars B played 11 and they're leading the pack with 28 points. Following very, very closely is Newham Vets, played 10, which is one game less than obviously Clapton B, with 24 points. So both, Clapton have got one more game to go, Newham have got 2 more games to go.
And you know what's interesting here?
Yeah.
Is they're going to play each other.
They've still got to play each other. Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Looking absolutely. And if I know ILFL, they're probably trying to arrange that game as the last game to keep everyone sort of on their toes. Make sure that, you know what, you've got to wait for this last game. So that will be interesting. I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
I do think that would be a bonanza of a game.
Yeah.
That would be really, really exciting.
Yeah.
Again, we can't really call it, can we?
No.
I would hate to call this one. Although Clapton have got the points,
definitely.
So they're probably in the driving seat slightly, but Newham, they won these.
So I think Clapton won their thingy, didn't they? They won the 4th division, didn't they?
Yes.
Clapton won the 4th division, and Newham came up with them.
Right.
Yeah. So again, both teams new into their division, absolutely fearless.
Fantastic.
They've done really well.
And really good teams as well, really good lads.
Yes.
On and off the pitch,
Definitely.
So good luck to both teams.
Yeah, good luck.
In your final and penultimate game.
Yeah.
We're all excited to actually see that last game amongst these guys.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's going to be one to enjoy. Yes, and the 4th division, we do have to say we do have a championship winners there. Congratulations to Shabab.
Well done, lads.
New in the scene.
Yeah.
And the football, I play in that division. Well, I manage, I should say.
You're trying.
Cheers, guys. Thank you. I try to.
But he says he plays loosely. It's a very loose word, played. Yeah.
He's been injured for like 3 months.
I think I might have about 5 minutes.
At 11 games, I think he's played about 5 minutes off the 11th game.
But I did see Shabab play a couple of games, and you know what? The football they play, the brand of football they play is really, really good.
Yeah.
They play with that kind of no fear.
Yeah.
They drive the team, and the quality you can see all around the actual team.
They're very organised as well.
Yeah.
And you know the thing with Shabab, so the manager Adnan, I was speaking to him last season, he was trying to get a team, and he was saying, I've got a good team, and I'm like, are you sure?
This is nothing against any new teams, because we've got quite a few teams on the waiting list. It's just you just got to go through these steps sort of thing and say, are you sure you've got a team that you can regularly pump in 7 players on the field, have another few subs on the side? So so it's nothing against anyone where we're saying, are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Well, they've been really consistent. They've been playing good football, again conducting themselves well on and off the pitch. So
just want to touch on one. It's a new team that have come into this division. There are other teams that in this division that were already there in the ILFL projects and stuff. There's a new team that's come in. One thing you got to understand is Vets League is very, very different to what you've played before. And I think a lot of people say this, that it's Vets League, how hard can, and then when they actually play after their first game, you talk to them, they're like, no, that's different. That's different. And all these lads from that Shabab team, new team, they've come in. Again, absolutely smashed it all the way through. Great credit to them. Well done, lads.
Yeah, unbeaten throughout the whole season. But just touching on what you said as well, is lots of the teams, when they do come in, as you say, they'll come in and on the first game they'll say, we're not fit enough, or we can't understand the pace of a game. And then all of a sudden, we need to bring in more extra players. But Shabab, with their players, they're ready.
You know what it is? You find teams that are coming new, it takes some time to get used to the size of the pitch. Because your normal 70 side is not that wide. And that's where the whole fitness issue comes in, etc. But like I said, some of these guys have played for other teams already. So when they came, they were pretty much ready to go. He had the world drilled.
So yeah, no, well done, Shabab. Again, congratulations and good luck in the third division for you
Yeah,
guys.
good luck, lads. So we're going to go back to second division, the one we said we we're going to talk about. And the reason for this is two teams battling it out. One of the tightest, I think, we've seen.
Oh, yes,
Yeah?
absolutely agree.
So at top of the second division in the league, you've got Atletico Bengal Vets sitting on 30 points in the first place with played 11 with 30 points. Following very, very closely, Saya Vets played 10, 27 points. But here's the interesting thing, is the goal difference. Humongous. It's mad how big the goal difference is. But it all comes down to the final game, because I believe ILFL this one is definitely going to be played as the final game. Saya versus Atletico is going to be the final game. So that will be very, very
well.
interesting.
Before we add our comments, we've actually got one of our representatives from Atletico, so we can actually hear it from the horses.
This is how we wanted to come back to this.
Before we start saying our sort of 2-minute word, if you want to just how are you excited and how are you feeling?
Very, very excited. I mean, it's been an amazing season for us. When we started the season, no one would have thought that we'll be there, right? We weren't the favourites by any means, whatever. But when we got the team together, so myself, Twyde, we knew we had something special this season. The players that come in.
That's what I was going to touch up on, because I was going to say, because obviously you guys have been in the scene for a little while now. And every season I've seen you, there's like nearly, not quite, nearly, quite not. And then this season something's just clicked. So I'm going to ask, what is it that?
It's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, the boys that we got together, we actually been trying to get them for the last few seasons.
Right.
But it just so happened that this season they all came together.
Right.
All right. And a lot of them have played together for a long time, so that makes a huge difference. So when we're playing, they know the movements, the passing, etc.
Right.
They've got that chemistry already.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot. Like I said, we've had a fantastic season, but Saya have been there.
Yeah.
They've been on
No,
our tours
definitely.
and they played fantastic as well.
Yeah.
And they're the only team that beat us. So
Yeah.
out of 11 games, we won 10 and we only lost to Saya.
Yeah.
And that's our final game now.
And that's your final game now again, yeah.
So it'll be a good game.
Yeah. And going back on Saya, I think one of the big mention is Shah, the striker, having an absolute monster of a season. Every time he's on the field, he's scoring. Not just one, not just two, sometimes a hat trick. You can't just stop. And it's not tap-ins. It's not tap-ins. It's the other day, I think he scored 4 goals. 4 goals, yeah, and it's none of them were tap-ins. That's the thing you understand, is he's not just goal hanging, just waiting for a tap-in. Because as you know, obviously in the Vets League there is no offside rule, so you easily can just stand on the goalkeeper and just get a tap-in. No, he's actually carrying the ball forward, striking from distance, striking from close. He's having a fantastic season. But it'll be interesting because with Atletico on the other hand, one of the players that I've seen and really, really admire a lot is their midfield stroke defence general, Ash. I think...
So just add a bit about Ash.
Yeah.
He's our player manager for that team.
Okay,
so
right.
Not only is he the captain, he's also been involved quite heavily in the recruitment of the team.
Yeah.
So a lot of credit goes to Ash.
And you know why you said quickly about captain? I've seen him on the field, how he conducts himself and stuff, and you know it's fantastic watching him captain the team.
Yeah.
Because as much as this is Vets football, you might think how serious it is. No, it's very serious and very competitive, and sometimes it's easy to lose your head. And Ash is one of those cool, composed players that when one of his teammates, sometimes it can happen, jumps in, pulls his player away, has a word with his player, goes up to the referee, apologises on behalf of the player, and then tells the player to go on. It's fantastic. It's a great example of a captain.
I mean, in terms of, I wanted to say a few things about Atletico before I got to Saya. I was speaking to Julius, who's our referee secretary as well, and he says the nicest football out of all the teams that he's actually watched is Atletico. He said the football they play, and I'm just going to touch on a couple of other players. I know you were saying about Ash, but I think Lloyd in that central midfield is just instrumental. I think Mus as well is absolutely brilliant as well. He scores goals, he's driving, it's just phenomenal.
So just Musa's got 12 goals.
Yeah.
With us, we've had six or seven different goal scorers.
Right.
And they've all scored like substantial amount of goals.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
7, 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been really good.
I mean,
Nice.
Ahmed in goal is absolutely a rock, and you've got Sinan, who I think I didn't see him play the first couple of games, but
Brilliant defender.
this guy is an absolute rock. He's a big guy as well,
Mm.
short big guy, but you would think to yourself, I could beat him, but when his reading of a game is just excellent. So Atletico, they've got all the sort of like formula to actually do really well. But going on to Saya now, I mean, one of their midfielders, I saw him. We actually were having a training session right at the beginning of his pre-season, and he was phenomenal. I can't remember the guy's name. Sorry, apologies about that. No, I can't remember. I think he was left-footed. So not thing. But he was really, really good. But the mental block that I would like to question as well is that Saya have beaten Atletico. Is that a mental block for Atletico when they next play? Also, the other mental block is Atletico just need a draw if Saya win their next game. Will that be on the consciousness as well in terms of that?
Well, first of all, the pressure's on Saya to win the next game.
Yeah.
So, and then when it comes down to our game with them, I don't think so at all, because our motivation is very much to get over the result that we had in the last game.
Yeah.
So there is no mental block. The boys are really geared up, and
Sometimes, when you lose a game, sometimes that can be a driving force to when you play this team again.
And yeah, I mean, be rest assured, we're not going to be playing for a draw.
Wow. Right, get the popcorns ready. Pretty well.
If you are a football fan,
Yeah.
you're not part of, in terms of the league, do come and watch that game. It will be on our website when published, but do come and watch that, because that will be an exciting game.
Yeah.
Similar to the Clapton and Newham game as well. So everyone, please come and watch those games. We've also got the TVL Cup coming up soon as well, which will be straight after. Should be in the beginning of February.
Roughly, yeah.
But
Roughly.
watch this space. We'll actually keep you posted regarding that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the TVL. Let's go on to we'll touch on the Winter Leagues as well. So currently in our Winter League, in our Premiership, we've got GRT leading the way.
Yeah. Quickly mention about GRT in the last season, 2022-2023, they were the first division champions.
That's correct.
Stepney took the Prem, and I believe the Winter League Cup was won by Easter League.
That's correct. Yep.
So yeah, fantastic achievement.
I'm very surprised actually this season in terms of Premiership. Just wanted to say that Stepney aren't actually closer to GRT. Usually they're quite a phenomenal side. So very interesting. Hopefully the second half of the season they might actually make it more of a game of it, and then try to catch up. So let's see what happens there. In terms of First Division, current leaders are both.
Yeah.
On 31, but it's still tight. You've got SB just 3 points behind, so it's still close and it's anyone's game. I mean, even on PYO, they've played 2 games less and they're on 27, so if they win their games in hand as well, they could go top as well.
Yeah. What is also surprising is some of the teams that are struggling. Champions of East United, Stepney Youth, Burdett Youth. It's quite surprising. It could be injuries, it could be not enough, obviously fitness, or I'm not sure. But certain teams, like for example Stepney Youth, I was expecting it to be a sort of closer. So they're on 12 points, but at Youth are on 8 points. So yeah, it's quite surprised with that.
Do you have any stats?
I do have some stats on goal scorers actually. So for Premier Division, just a few shouts out for Ace, Justin Ume, Dino, 20 goals.
Wow.
Was that after 12 games? That's really, quite amazing. And then for Real Lucia, Jeffrey Leslie also got 20 goals.
Wow.
Burdett, Daniel Fuller, has 18 goals.
Wow. Okay, so 18 goals.
That's a lot of goals.
That's going to be tight for the Golden Boot, isn't it? About those guys, It'll be interesting to see if anyone else, but I wouldn't want to call that one.
No.
How about in terms of First Division?
First Division, so we've got SB United, Hussein Ahmed is on 21 goals. Then we've got Kurt Mitchell from Bow, 17 goals. And then again from SB United, Shay Clark with 14 goals.
Okay.
Fantastic. Helps on.
Big scores.
Yeah.
Big scores.
Keep it going, guys. That's all I can say. We're going to talk about our 40s.
Mm.
Now, we'll just go straight into the actual league table in our 40s.
Yeah.
So currently, I believe Reds are...
No, I think it's London Kings.
The London Kings, sorry,
Yeah.
my apologies. London Kings are leading the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. On 7 points.
Yeah.
And you've
They've
got...
played 4.
You've got
same,
Shoreditch.
same with Shoreditch, played 4 on 6 points. The new team, which has ended, I think last season was their first season, Red Vets, played 3 on 6 points as well. Golden Moon, played 3 on 6 points. What is surprising is Hawk and Eagle legends played 4, 6 points. These are the ex-champions, and not just ex-champions, the ex-champions before that as well. So Hawk and Eagle, I'm surprised with that.
Yeah,
Played 4.
you say that, but if you look at the table,
Yeah,
from 1 to 5,
it's
not very
the
low.
1 point, yeah.
1 point.
Yeah,
That's
but you know you're used to, usually the 40s bets, you're used to seeing Hawk either first or second,
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
first or second. To see them, I know you're saying with the points difference,
Yeah.
but it's like, wow.
It could be a psychological.
Yeah.
I have a question. I know you guys are involved with Reds.
Yeah.
Right. Last season you had a fantastic season.
Yeah.
You ended up second.
Yes.
Lost it by 1 point.
Yeah.
By 1 point. And then let's be honest, when you went in, the
Yeah.
expectation wasn't there.
I think you know what it is. What you just said about the expectation is still not there in the sense that.
I think there
No,
is.
but you know what it is. That's what we try and tell people. No one believes us.
Yeah.
Literally, honestly, the Reds FC team has been put together for people who want to come along, have a good time, have a kickabout, and stuff that you can't do in, for example, your Vets League. Because obviously, we're talking about the 40s league. So predominantly what happens is that you turn from 35 vets, you turn to 40 and you come onto the 40s vet scene. So stuff you do on a Thursday Vets League where it's so serious and you get, say if you tried something and it didn't quite pan out, either your manager or one of the other players will tell you off and stuff. In the Reds FC team, it's literally try. If it doesn't work, don't worry about it. It's like literally what we've done is we've taken that football that we've learned to play all over these years, stripped away all that pressure, all that expectation, stripped all of that away and gone back to basics when we were children and just going out there to have a laugh and play football.
I mean, from your perspective, that's brilliant. So
Yeah.
you're not putting any pressure on
No.
yourself. But what I meant is that
Yeah.
from other teams.
Oh right, okay.
They're not thinking,
Yeah.
they're not taking you for advantage.
No.
You see what I mean?
To be honest, I actually look more forward to the actual meal after the game.
Yeah. So what we do after the game, we always go for a meal. So you'll always see us somewhere in Stepney. So feel free to join us on a Monday after 10 in Stepney. You'll see us. That's the thing we look forward to most.
But I think you guys it's really interesting. You got what 5 teams. Just the difference is just 1 point. So each team would actually want to beat each other.
Of course.
It's going to be so exciting. I don't think I've seen this close. After 4 games. I mean, I'm scared to actually predict. After about saying halfway through the actual games, after 7 games. If it's anything like this, you just be nerve-wracking.
Exactly.
Yeah, the team, it's just going to be like a roller coaster up and down. What teams are going to be up? It's going to be changing every week on a weekly basis, aren't it?
No, you are scoring like more goals than others.
That's a big credit goes up to our striker Chico and Taz, who scored I think a hat trick on his first game on it. First game of the season, he scored a hat trick. And then Chico's been going in there, and then Ash has been putting in a shift as well. So credit to the boys, Rip on all of them. Huge credit to the boys.
Yeah, I think it's just about going out and expressing themselves.
That's it. And like I said, it's literally you have to have that belief. You're playing that football, and no one's going to question it. You go out there and you play your football. No one's going to have a go at you. If you want to try something and try a fantastic skill you've seen on Match of the Day or something, go for it. Do it. No one's going to say anything to you. And I think that's what the boys enjoy as well.
No, absolutely. So we're just going to touch on the Super 7 Season 6, which has just ended, I believe about a month ago. First of all, congratulations to the champions of East for winning the Premiership. Futsal Glasgow for winning the First Division, and Flair for winning the Second Division. Congratulations to all 3 teams. Well done, guys. I didn't see much of the games, unfortunately. However, I did see the cup final.
I was there watching that game.
It was
thrilling.
Crystal Palace side.
Yeah, it was absolutely thrilling. And it was end to end. It was like literally, it was like watching a boxing match where there was no defense. It was just end-to-end stuff. It was so exciting. And I think me and a few others that are watching the game, we genuinely thought it was going to go to penalties. You could even see the keepers almost getting prepped, ready for it's going to go to penalties. I think it was about 2 minutes to spare, or 3 minutes, last goal. And apologies if I pronounced the player's name wrong here, but Inaro Rodriguez Martins.
Oh, you said that really well.
Thank you. Thank you. I was going to give him a nickname Abdul, but no, I'll keep it as that. But yeah, he scored the goal. And I think he's one of the players of the season as well, I believe. I think that ILFL are going to do. But in any case, yeah, his goal, literally last minute or 2 minutes ago, he scored that goal, and as you can imagine, the pitch like literally erupted. All the players from all the fans, the players, everyone just jumped on him, and it was really nice.
Just to touch and add on that, the game watching it, you could actually hear a pin drop, and the physicality was actually brilliant. So yeah, congratulations to Yusuf for that. So we've got the Super Sevens up and coming season coming. It'll be after the new year, and so hopefully the coordinator would actually advise when it will start.
Get in touch, yeah.
So watch out for the actual dates for that, guys.
And also, if there's any new teams that want to join the Super Sevens project, get in touch with the coordinator. Get in touch. I'm sure you've got friends who are playing it, friends who might be playing teams, or you know people who are playing these teams. Get in touch with the coordinator, put your team on the list. You know, as much as there's a waiting list, we don't know what happens from season to season, so you never know. You get on the waiting list, your team might be called up to get on board.
Cool. I'm just going to mention we're actually having a Christmas break for all our projects. So TVL 19 will restart on Thursday, the 4th of January. Our Winter League season 23-24 will restart on January the 7th. And our 40s plus VL11 will start on Monday, the 8th of January 2024. So we're all having a little break. And I think it's fair to say that we can have a break from this podcast as well, guys. Thank you, viewers, for watching. I also want to thank Dulce's Treat as well for allowing us to actually use their venue. Really
thank you very much,
that.
gents. Dulce's Treats, dessert parlour, lovely. Thank you very much for hosting us. So anyone who's celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and your family and friends. Have a good break and see you on the return.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.